Alright, good morning. This is David Steele, and let's go break some laws. Okay, that was more than a little clickbaity. The reason why I say we'll break some laws is because we are in California and we are in a Mack Anthem that is powered by a Mack E6 engine. California has recently outlawed or banned diesel engines that are pre-2010 emissions specification. That's going to take about 76,000 trucks off the California roads. Well, that's okay, this is just a simulation, but this Mack E6 is most definitely not 2010 emission standard. Anyway, today we are going to use the E6 to haul a 33,000 pound cargo on an urgent delivery, leaving California and heading into Arizona. And this particular E6 engine has 300 horsepower, yes, you can count every single one of them. Yeah, it's got 300 horsepower, and I'm using the engine sound set from the Mack R. If I don't forget, there's a link to that mod down below. Okay, here's my trailer. It should be a fairly easy collection. The 4x2 trucks are very ducky, they're very small. So I'm just going to go ahead and back up against this. Advanced coupling is turned on, but how hard is it? I'm not going to say. I'm just not going to say. Genuinely, that was easy. And would I lie to you? Anyway, quick tug test and we're off. So as I leave the yard, just another word about this truck. So I'm using the Mack mDRIVE transmission. Now partly that's because the mDRIVE control box is stuck on the dashboard. And I feel kind of bad using a 10-speed manual with the mDRIVE component sitting right there. And also, you know, it's a very good transmission. It's wonderful set of ratios. It's a very pleasant gearbox to use. And it's not that busy leaving here. I'm surprised. I don't want to graze the walls, so we'll wait for this red car and then we'll get on the road. Time to put that power to use then. So, as well as 300 horsepower, or rather, to produce 300 horsepower, this engine has 1112 foot-pounds of torque. That's 1,112 little feet-pounds. That's not a lot. It delivers the peak torque at the 1250-1260 RPM point. But it's starting to drop after 1300, so you have a fairly narrow torque plateau. But this engine really doesn't seem to care. It's a very stout performer given the low output numbers. In fact, I'm very surprised. I've modeled the torque curve accurately. It just does superb. And its only real weakness is in top speed. This combination likely won't exceed much more than 70 miles an hour. And it doesn't seem to matter what gearing I use, so 70, 71, 72, hey, thank goodness. You can stay there, Greyhound bus. Sorry, where was I? It doesn't seem to matter what gearing I use. It doesn't want to go much quicker. That's a factor of not having that much power. Climbing hills, like we're doing now, it's just changed down, but it's holding onto the gears very well. So even though it produces peak torque at sort of 1200 RPM range, it's producing a reasonable amount of torque at less than that. Again, this is modeled as accurately as it can be. So these engines really do appear to be superb. quick check of the computer. I got to get there sometime between 3:05 and 4:35. That gives me plenty of time going on what the trip's saying right now, and even though I'm losing speed. Now that will assume, or that will likely assume, I'm going to have to pick up speed once I enter Arizona. California has a 55-mile-an-hour blanket speed limit for towing the trailer, semis and trucks. Not the same in Arizona. From memory, it jumps up to 65 just over the border, and a little bit further once you sort of clear of Yuma, it's up to 75. I won't be able to reach 75, or I don't think I'll be able to reach it. 70 should be doable though. It's probably going to kill economy, but we'll see what happens. If I get a bit of a downhill stretch, and there is a bit of a downhill stretch on that section of the highway, maybe 75 is going to be doable. But right now I don't want to go more than 55, 56 and get a speeding ticket, so jailbreak it is. Something that a lot of drivers say about Mack trucks is that the engine output that you see is what's at the road and not what's at the flywheel. And depending on where you read, Mack estimate that you lose about a quarter of flywheel horsepower between the flywheel and the road. So your 300 horsepower Mack is really a 400 horsepower engine. That's not something I model in the game, but it's not something I need to. This thing is very adept at cruising at California highway speeds. So for the longest time in the game, my headquarters was based at Yuma, which is just to the right here. And I got so used to seeing it on the highway as I passed it. But, nope, these days my headquarters is based in Texas. So, we are going to give them a little cheery wave and be on our way. We are eastbound and down. Let's get our wings back and get up to speed. I'm going to set my cruise at 65 for now because 1, I don't think I'm going to get to 75, and 2, I don't think I need to. But I'll check the trip computer in a jiffy. It's happy to cruise at 65, but it takes us time to get there. So if we're pretty much capped at 70, 72 miles an hour, that probably means that the game simulation engine believes we need about 300-ish horsepower to get to that speed. That's how much power you need to overcome everything. All of your drag, all of your wind resistance, your rolling resistance from the tyres, everything else. Yeah, I've got plenty of time. But anyway, if you're interested in me trying to conduct a few experiments to see if you really do need 300 horsepower to get to 70, drop a comment down below and I'll see if I can come up with a way to model and test this. Okay, we're coming up on Phoenix, so oh, that's interesting. Okay, I guess we'll exit right. We'll avoid that hazard. Take my exit, so exit 115, and then we turn left, and this puts us in the outskirts of Phoenix. Turn left. That's interesting. Maybe I wasn't supposed to go this way after all. Well, no, because my exit ramp wasn't blocked, right? Looks like there's emergency vehicles behind it, but I guess I'll go round and apologize afterwards. Yep, looks clear, so I guess I'll go round.
Straight.
Well, we must be getting close because the speed's just up to 25, but if the feels like I've been driving for several miles since we left the original highway. Oh, that'll teach me. I see it. Just up here on the left. Okay, let's hope that no one in Phoenix minded me using my jake brake inside the city. Just innocently sow a whistle there.
Turn left.
Alright, let's see. I think I feel like doing a difficult parking challenge today because I'm sure it won't be that difficult here. Plus it's a short wheelbase truck, so how hard can it be? Yep, I'm going for it. So it's about this point where I'm hopefully going to edit back into me driving at normal time, because that was a ball ache. Well, engine shut down. Let's see how well I did. Okay, 327 miles and 42.7 gallons. So that is between 7.5 and 8 miles per gallon. And I think, all things considered, that's pretty good going. And that just about wraps up today's video. So what we've seen today is a Mack E6 class engine, 300 horsepower engine, installed in a Mack Anthem with the mDRIVE. I'm working on a Mack engine pack. I'm likely to use the standard Mack Anthem sound for it, but this engine should be available in the coming days or possibly even hours, depending on my beta testing. Well, I hope that you've enjoyed today's video, and if you have, you know what to do. And if you haven't, you also know what to do, but please leave a comment and tell me why you disliked it. That helps me just not make the same mistake again. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Goodbye.